What's up, guys? Today we're back here with another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys an update on the fish room here, everything that's been going on, the fish that have been moved around, and yeah, how they're growing and everything like that, and what I've been doing to keep the tanks good and updated. And yeah, so we're going to start here at the big 125 here in the fish room. That's the biggest tank in the fish room, but not the biggest tank we have. We still have the big 300 gallon with the black diamond ray. Right here, these two Oscars have really been pairing up ever since I put this piece of slate in here. They've really been clearing out these rocks and getting them pretty high, and they've got it all the way cleared to the glass. They're getting really territorial for this area, and yeah, they're doing really good. See, they're getting really territorial. You can see right there, starting to chase those other Oscars off. So I'm hoping they'll spawn. Be really cool to have another breeding pair of Oscars again. It's been a while since we've had Oscars, and to be able to get these guys and get a breeding pair of them is pretty cool. But yeah, all Oscars doing pretty good. They're all looking good. We still got both tiger shovel-nosed catfish and the red tail back there. And once they get bigger, they will go in the 300 gallon with the ray, and they are wanting those other guys. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for this tank. Everything here's doing good. And we also have the big 14-inch sail fin pleco. And then we've got our two King Tiger L333 plecos. So there's that guy. And then the other one is in that cave. You can see his tail. Other than that, that's it. Yeah. Now we go start with the 329 gallon tanks. We've got our first one here. This is a tank that really just never changes. It's full of just guppies. They're always breeding all the time. There's some fresh babies right in there. Those guys were born today. I always make sure to keep a lot of plants in here. That way everything just, grows well and the babies don't get insta-eaten by their parents. But yeah, we've got a lot of really nice guppies in here. And we got a couple albino cory cats. Then we also have quite a few bristlenose plecos, some long fins and short fins. Mostly commons. There is a few albinos, but they're all long fins and short fins. And then we have one L333 super white King Tiger pleco back in there. You can see him super white with the black stripes on him. Super nice. And that's pretty much about it for this tank. We also got mystery snails in here. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. This tank's doing really good. Everything in here is going good. The bristlenose plecos are growing slow. They really grow slow in here, but there's probably 60 in this tank. So with there being that many, it's kind of hard for them to just absolutely take off. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Everything in here is doing great though. Now on to the next 29 gallon tank. We've kind of got our little breeding setup for guppies and our L104 clown plecos in here, which are pretty common fish. We also have one clown loach in here because we had a really bad snail problem. Snail problem's really slowed down ever since we put him in here. You can see one of those clown plecos in there, a lot of the guppies. Another clown pleco, that's a male. You can see his long trailers on his fins. And yeah, not really seeing a whole lot of the other guys out. They might be in the cave or something, or hiding up in there. And yeah, this tank's doing good. Everything in here is growing. The guppies are really breeding, and the plants are really taking off. And yeah. Now we got our last 29 gallon tank here with our last batch of the Texas blood parrot hybrids. These guys are doing really good. They're starting to get some good color. We just topped their tank off. And yeah, pretty much about it. I've got 3 bristlenose plecos in here because the algae is starting to build up, as you can see on that decor, on the walls some. Nothing crazy, but you can kind of see it. There was the one albino bristlenose pleco in here that's about 2 inches, so I put 2 more brown ones in here, and you can see one there. That guy's the smallest guy. He's about like a little over 2 inches. It'll focus in. Whoa, he swam away now. But anyways, all these guys are doing really good and are starting to get some good color on them, spots wise and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 29-gallon tanks. They're all doing great. And yeah, now we'll go on to this 10-gallon here and then 20 gallons on this rack. So in this tank, we really just got a lot of show guppies in here, a lot of really nice high quality breeders. There's 2 down here breeding right now. And yeah, those are some of my favorites. They're called like Cobra something. They're pretty cool. I like those guys quite a bit. And yeah, there's also 2 or 3, no, there's 3 or 4 long fin bristlenose plecos in here. I'm not seeing any of them right now. Well, I see one back under the heater suction cup. You can see that guy. And then there's an albino one and 2 or 3 other ones. There's one guy right there, if you guys can see him. It's hard to tell, but there he is right there. Yeah. Now we're on to our 3 20-gallon tanks. And then that'll be it for the top rack. So, the first 20-gallon, we've got some long fin bristlenose plecos and a short fin guy. Here, these guys clean up the tank. This is one more short fin. And we've got our red-tailed catfish. I just fed this tank, so it's pretty stirred up. He's about like solid 6 inches. We got our iridescent shark and then 2 6-inch clown knife fish. Now these the red-tail, he'll be moved out soon. I know this is not like a temporary tank or anything, and they are definitely outgrown this tank, but because I am doing, you know, good water changes on it and stuff and feeding them heavy, it's okay for now. But they will be going into 125 very soon. I just can't put them in there yet, or the Oscars would eat them. But yeah, everything in there is going good. All those tanks so far are doing great. Yeah, now on the next 20-gallon. And here we've got a lot of bristlenose, short and long fin growing out. We took a few more out to put in some of our other tanks. This tank gets a lot of waste quick because there's so many bristlenose plecos, and it's a sand tank, so we have to do water changes pretty much every 2 weeks. And yeah, then we also got several Mambuna African cichlids. I believe there's 7 in here. There's 1 yellow lab, and there's 6 red zebras. And all those guys are bred in the African tank right below this one. And yeah, now on to the last 20 gallon. We've got our breeding pair of albino bristlenose plecos. And we had a bunch of guppies in here, and I took a bunch of those guys out and distributed them to other tanks, and there's still a lot left. It's kind of hard to tell because most of them are like babies that I couldn't get, and there's like a couple big guys. But yeah. I don't see the bristlenose plecos right now, but they just kind of go wherever. I mean, it's not a big tank, so they don't really have a good space to hide like what they do. There's the female's tail, if you can see right there under the sponge filter. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this top rack. Everything is doing great in here. And yeah, now on to this 40-gallon breeder right here. And here we've got some angelfish. These 2 guys right here are a breeding pair that we used to have paired up. Now these guys are mostly just in here. We've got our big male marble angelfish. Or I believe he's a male because he's kind of got a little hump on his head and he's huge. We've got 2 of these blue gouramis. We've got some of these tetras and a rasbora. Also longfin zebra danio and some more angelfish. Yeah, then we also have an electric blue crayfish, and he's right there. But yeah, that's really it for the tank. There's really nothing new in this tank at all. And yeah, as always, pretty much all the fish you guys see in the videos are for sale. Especially this tank, everything in here is for sale. And yeah. Now we'll go on to the 75-gallon tank with our African cichlids. And here we've got 2 massive plecos. one is a sailfin and one's a common. We got a super nice, massive 7-inch peacock male. We got 4 Texas cichlids in here, several mambunas, and those are the mambunas we bred to get the babies. Oh, there's just a baby swimming around back here. There are several babies that have just, you know, I've found in this tank and scooped them out before. But yeah, these guys breed probably once a month, once every other month. And I try to keep the babies, but sometimes it's really hard to catch them out and be able to keep them. But everything in this tank's going good. Just topped it off as well. As you can see, it's pretty full. And yeah, everything in here is doing great. We've got 9 mambunas, 4 Texas cichlids, the peacock, 2 big plecos, and I'm just seeing that baby again. You can see him right there. That's pretty cool. A baby mambuna that hasn't gotten 8 yet, and he's definitely been in here for a little while because he's pretty decent size, almost probably about half an inch. And yeah, everything in here is doing good. As always, growing, eating a lot, and yeah. Now we're on to our 55s. We're growing out our green terrors to be able to breed those guys. Here we've got our male who's developed his colors pretty good. The rest of them I really can't tell if they're going to be male or female yet. They just haven't developed and really shown dominance or anything like that. And we've got 4 bristlenose plecos in here, 2 long fin guys, and then 2 short fin guys that are really nice. Yeah, like I said, I really can't tell. Other than that one, I know that guy's going to be a male. And the other ones, I really just cannot tell because they haven't shown enough dominance yet or anything like that. There are 7 of those guys in total. I'm really hoping they'll pair up, you know, in the near future. I mean, that guy's starting to get about 3.5 inches now. And I think gold sounds can start to spawn at like 4 to 5 inches. So when that male gets to like 4 or 5 inches, I'm hoping he'll maybe pair up with a female, which I'm sure it'll probably be like another month or 2. But these guys are like, I think like probably, I've had them for like 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. And they were all at least, you know, a couple months old when I got them. They've been growing pretty slow, but I'm feeding them some more higher protein foods and stuff like that, and I think they've been starting to grow a little bit faster. Nothing crazy. They're definitely not crowded at all in this tank. They've got a ton of open space, and yeah. This tank's doing good. Everything in here is doing good. They've got a lot of hiding spots, and the bristlenose plecos definitely take care of the algae. Bristlenose plecos is definitely some of my favorite. They really do a great job on the algae, and yeah. That's pretty much it for this tank. Now I'll show you guys the other rack. And we'll start up top here. It's 20 gallon long. So this 20 gallon long, we have a lot of high-end guppies, and I think it's 15 bronze cories that I had bred. They're in here. And yeah. There's also quite a few bristlenose plecos. Well, I'll say quite a few. There's really only like 6. But yeah, still a few. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but definitely a solid amount. A lot of good looking fish in here. There's a bristlenose pleco on that sponge filter. And yeah, there's another one right under there. It's a long fin. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this tank. Everything in here is doing good. All those bristlenose, I mean not the bristlenose, the cory cats are really cool to see in a big school like that, in my opinion. I've thought about growing them out and put them like a 75 or something, and just turn it into like a community tank and have bristlenose and cories and all that good stuff in there. But at the same time, I'm not a huge community fan. I really just like breeding them. And yeah. That's pretty much it for this tank. Now we're on our next 20 gallon. We've got 3 of these 20 gallon highs and the 1 20 gallon long. And we got the rest of the rack, of course. But now on to our next 3 20 gallons. This tank is full of guppies also. We have a lot of tanks with guppies here. We like to breed guppies. There's a ton of plants. Plants really taking off. Everything in here is doing good. We've got these cory cats in here. I forgot the name of these guys. You know, like always, guys, if I ever forget the name of something, please just make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. We also got 2 clownlishes in here because we also had a really bad snail problem in here. And now it's pretty well solved with the clownlishes. They did a really good job. And there's also like 4 bristlenose plecos in here. They're not very big or anything. You can see the one. They're really all about that size, like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Nothing crazy by any means. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this tank and the 20 gallon. And yeah, now we've got our third 20 gallon here. And this tank is full of Salvini fry. These guys are all about 1.5 inches to 1 inch. Or no, 1/2 inch to 1 inch, sorry guys. But yeah, I mean, they're really not developing any crazy color yet or anything like that. There are a couple bristlenose plecos in here for the algae. There's 4, I believe. And they get a little bit picked on by the Salvinis, but nothing crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this tank. These guys are growing a little bit, nothing crazy. I haven't had them for that long. But yeah, I like them. In the future, whenever they're all grown out, they will be for sale here at Gabe's Aquatics. And yeah, now we've got our next tank here, which is our grow out for fish that we plan on breeding. We've got RTMs, which are red tiger monoguensis, also known as red jaguars. Then we've got a couple blue acaras. There's 4 of these guys, which I still have that one in my room, guys. So we have 5 in total. And I really do plan on breeding them in the future. I really do like them. I like their color and I like everything about them. These guys are wild caught blue acaras. At least like where I ordered them for them. It said that these are about 2.5 inches. They look pretty small on camera, especially on this angle. The RTMs are captive bred. And yeah, my plan is just to grow these guys out and get a breeding pair, and where the other guys are big, you know, they'll be for sale. Same with like the Salvinis. I do kind of plan on trying to get 1 pair out of them, but there's a little over 30, so there'll definitely be 30 for sale in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much it for all these 20 gallons. Now on to our 4 10 gallons, and which is the end of the top rack. So in this first 10 gallon, we've got quite a few guppies. We really do have a lot of guppies here. Then we got a couple bristlenose pleco fry. These are all albinos, just short fin bristlenose plecos. And there's also a couple shrimp in here. I'm not really seeing any right now, but there's also a lot of plants in here. And yeah, so the shrimp really thrive in here. Oh, I can see 1 shrimp going across the back. They're all cherry shrimp. There's 5 adults, but one of them just had babies, and I do believe there's a couple babies in here. I really don't know where they're at because they can hide really good in that moss or under the sponge filter or on the curves of it or the back of it. So it's pretty hard, especially with all the plants and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this 10 gallon. Now our next 10 gallon, this is our fully painted 10 gallon. Every side of this is painted, and the bottom, the sides, you know, this side. This is the tank that we've got our Venezuelan black cories in here, or 3 Venezuelan black corridors in here, and a lot of baby guppies and a couple adults. The parents are just orange. It's kind of assorted, a really nice color though. Yeah, there's one of our Venezuelan black cories. There's a lot of plants in here. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this tank. I like this tank a lot. The black definitely brings out the color in the fish. Yeah. Now on to our other painted 10 gallon. This one is painted on 2 sides, and this side is open. And here we've got our breeding group of peppered cory cats, peppered longfin cory cats. Yeah. That guy's definitely the biggest. That guy's not a longfin though. He's the only guy that's not a longfin in here. There's a couple of bristlenose plecos in here just for the algae. Then we also have a clown pleco in here because we had a pretty bad snail problem in here, so he was good to have at that time. Any tanks that I ever get a snail problem in, I just buy a clown pleco, throw him in here, throw him in that tank, you know, let him grow out. And once he's big, he goes to my other guys. And yeah, you see those 2 Cory's pretty attracted to each other right now. Hopefully we'll get a spawn here soon. I just did a full water change, or well, it was like an 80% water change, and hoping to get them to breed again. I've only had these guys spawn once, and I got about 20 eggs from them. And yeah, well, I had them spawn one other time, and it was like 8, but they ended up like eating all the eggs. And the 20 spawn, I didn't take them off, and they ended up eating those eggs too. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for these tanks. Yeah. Then we got our last 10 gallon here, which is mainly full of guppies. We have 3 Julia cory catfish in here. You can see one right here. Also have some other ones towards the back, and the other guys back here. There are 3 albino longfin plecos in here, and 1 chocolate albino. This is the best one here. This guy's about 2.5, 3 inches. He's really nice color. Great fins. Probably be a male. I noticed a couple little bristles on his face, but could be a female. Really too young to tell. And yeah, that's really it for this top rack, guys. Now we're going to the bottom, starting with the 55. So the 55 here, guys, we've got some Cuban cichlids, really nice Cuban cichlids growing out here, along with some really nice umbi cichlids. These guys are blue umbis. We've got 7 of the blue umbis growing out. They haven't really developed any color yet, but these guys are still only about 2.5 inches. This is the biggest guy. He's about 2.5 inches, and you can see him starting to get a little bit of blue on him, but nothing crazy. The Cuban cichlids are about 2 inches, right at 2 inches, and they're really starting to develop some really good stripes on them. I'm very pleased with, especially this guy's color. Very pleased with that. I'm very pleased on how they're turning out. And yeah, there's only 5 of them because I had one of them pass on me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this tank. And pretty much with the same with the other guys. As soon as I get a breeding pair of the umbis and a breeding pair of the Cubans, I will sell the rest. But for now, this is the best way to do it, just grow them out in a big group. And these guys will be split up, but for now, their size and their aggression is really similar. So they're doing great together. Nothing is overly stressed or anything like that. And I think it'd be really cool if I could even, crossbreed them too. Obviously I want a pair of each, but it'd be pretty cool to have a blue umbi crossed with a Cuban, in my opinion. And we also got a couple bristlenose plecos in here just to clean up the tank. Bristlenose plecos is definitely my favorite. They do a really good job cleaning and taking care of the tank, in my opinion. And yeah. Then we also have our ripsaw catfish in here. He's hiding somewhere. He's normally always hiding, unless the lights are out. But yeah, all these fish are looking good. I really do like this Cuban right here. Definitely have some solid markings. Same with that other guy. I really can't tell what's going to be male and female yet with these guys. I really have no idea, because they're really not being too territorial yet or anything like that, or claiming a spot. They just kind of go and they kind of fight with each other some, but nothing crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I do really like this bristlenose pleco. He's a decent looking guy. The only thing is he doesn't have very good bristles or like spots for like breeding. His bristles are looking quite a bit better than they were, but his coloration just isn't like an excellent characteristic for breeding, at least in what I want. His bristles are definitely looking better than they were and have been. So like size wise, he's definitely getting better and more mature. He did come out of our breeding tank, which I'll show you guys next, but he just wasn't really, cutting it. I never saw him really trap any females besides once or twice I saw him try. But he was in there for, I think, 3 months, never trapped a female. Now, whenever I get some more females, I might put them in there just, to compete with my other big male. But really, he is doing just fine in here, and this is probably where he'll stay. And yeah, now on to the last 2 tanks. We've got our bristlenose breeding tank, and here we've got 1 female super red We got 2 female blue-eyed lemons, a male blue-eyed lemon, and a male brown bristlenose. We are very short on bristlenose because I've taken some out, and then my 2 female breeders both passed away. I believe it was due to age. And we also have 1 long fin albino bristlenose pleco in here, but you know, nothing crazy. She's really just like, I think it's a female, it might be a male, and they're like 2.5, 3 inches. Or really more like 3.5 inches, but yeah. I don't know where they're at right now. Yeah, that's really it for this tank. And then lastly, we've got our 10-gallon tank that has 5 of these Texas blood parrot hybrids in here. And yeah, these guys are growing all right. There is like 2 or 3 bristlenose plecos in there. They're like 1/2 inch long. And yeah, that's really about it, guys. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, if you guys have any video suggestions or fish suggestions, make sure to let me know down in the comments, guys. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.